Plaintiff Jessica Pacico had her first date with the defendant on Valentine's Day, and he showered her with gifts. However, Jessica says she soon discovered he was seeing another woman, and he gave her the exact same gifts on Valentine's Day. She's suing her ex for breach of contract. Defendant Rufus Jones III says he thought he and Jessica would be a good fit because they were both single parents. But not long into the relationship, Jessica became jealous, possessive, and sneaky. He's countersuing Jessica for a loan and defamation.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
So Rufus and I met on Facebook. We went on our first date.
When?
Valentine's Day, February 2022, obviously. He showed up, nice gift, bear, cards, roses, the whole 9 yards.
What was the gift?
He had bought just like a big bear, roses, chocolate card, which was refreshing. I mean, it was our first time seeing each other. It was nice. Mm-hmm. We started dating. Right after that, he had took me and my kids the first week we were dating to Wisconsin Dells. He just appeared to be a nice man. He was taking me out to eat, doing everything a man should do in the beginning. By the end of February, a woman had reached out to me asking what my relationship was with Rufus, stating that she was also
30 days?
Yes, stating that she was also seeing him. We had started swapping information, come to find out he had bought her the exact same Valentine's Day gift he had bought me, down to the bag, Your Honor, down to the bag, okay? It was pretty early on in the relationship.
Do you know how many others he did that with? The two of you may not have been exclusive.
This girl told me a lot. Like, if I heard anything, I heard it from her. They dated or they dealt with each other for years before I even came into the picture. So I heard it all from her. We actually became pretty cool. She was reaching out through the relationship. She reached out at the end of the relationship.
To talk about what?
So towards the end of the relationship, she reached out asking why
In the middle. You said
in the middle.
Reached out all through
She
the
had
relationship.
claimed that when we had got back from Wisconsin Dells, he had came to see her, and they had sex, and reached out again stating
What did you say? What was your response?
Obviously, I reached out to him, and of course he denied it.
Okay.
I really didn't have any proof. The text messages she sent me, he claimed were old. There was no dates.
About the next time she reached out to
Was
you?
after we broke up. She had asked me.
So she didn't reach out all
just
throughout
once.
the relationship?
Oh, no, we were talking, not about him, but like
Talking
we had
about what?
life. She had just lost
Hadn't
a
she
son.
already told you she had slept with your man?
This was, I guess, yeah.
What do you mean you guess? Either you know or not.
Yes.
Did she tell you I
Yeah,
slept
she
with
said
your
she
man?
slept with him, yes.
She did?
Yeah.
So, but you said, nah, we just talk and see how the weather is whenever you want to
became-
call. And
yeah,
hey,
we
girl,
became-
man, you got wife-in-laws, doctor. That's what you call a wife-in-law. Got y'all talking to each other. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Let me hear from you.
Afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Rufus Jones III. I met the plaintiff online. I thought she was a good person. I mean, a woman to me that has two jobs, single parent. I'm a single father. I got full custody of my daughter. My daughter's 10 years old.
Good.
So I just thought it was a good fit. So, like she said, the first date we went on, she was with her son, was February 14th. Yes, I did. Maybe get them the same thing. However,
There's only one store with one product.
2 for 1.
I'm sorry, sir. I mean, I'm sure they had very similar products on the same rack. Why you got to get the exact one?
The bear color was different.
Pardon
Mine
me?
was white. The bear was different. That was the difference. My bear was white. Her bear was
Well,
brown.
he didn't get you the same thing.
same
Thank
He
you, Ryan.
didn't
Thank you,
get
thank
you.
the
The
same
bag
thing.
was the
Stop
same.
accusing this man of
Oh
things
my
he didn't do.
God.
He did not get you the same
The
thing
same
as he got
thing.
the other woman. See, that's why I have to get to the bottom of stuff.
God.
Y'all be in here accusing men of doing all type of dastardly things.
Oh, my God.
And now we find out that that didn't happen at all. lying on you. Go ahead.
So after February 14th, I want to say maybe 2 weeks later at the end of February, I ended up taking her and her kids to the Dells.
To where?
To the Wisconsin Dells, Your Honor. Like a Yogi Bear type of resort. Like a log, something for the kids to have fun.
Good.
So after that, Your Honor, things, I guess I want to say maybe March, maybe started noticing maybe, she wasn't who she said she was. Maybe she had more to hide. Maybe she would.
How so? What did you notice?
She would, be taking phone calls. She would be on phone calls, Your Honor, like leave the room just to answer a phone call. So
Bet you thought it was a man when in fact it was your woman. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We had started swapping information, come to find out he had bought her the exact same Valentine's Day gift he had bought me, down to the bag, Your Honor, down to the bag. Okay? It was pretty early on in the relationship.
Do you know how many others he did that with? The two of you may not have been
This girl
exclusive.
told me a lot.
Plaintiff Jessica Pasico is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims Jessica was jealous, possessive, and sneaky.
What would you say when she come back after leaving the room to talk?
She would say it was a relative or it was a friend, that was calling from the penitentiary or something that she was just, okay with. I mean, to me, Your Honor, honestly, if you didn't had sexual intercourse with this person, that's just not a friend. That's more than a friend to me, regardless if you're together or not. If that makes sense, Your Honor. So.
Yeah, was that true?
Yeah, it was true.
How you know?
Because she told me. She actually admitted to that. Because I asked. I'm going to ask questions. There's no reason for me to not ask the
believe
question.
Everything she says, okay.
I don't
Even
believe
though
everything,
you are
but
a tremendous liar, so much so that you would bring the same gift on Valentine's as you did to her. You think she's honest with you, though. You believe everything she says. Go right ahead. What else you believe?
Well, other than that, I just felt, maybe she was jealous, possessive, so, I mean, that kind of deteriorated.
Did the woman call her?
I'm sorry?
Did the woman call her? The other woman?
Yeah, she actually told me, that my ex had actually called her, and was saying that they got the same gift, or I don't know who told who that they got the same gift, but yeah, so.
All right, you seem to be at a loss for what happened. As if you say, she's just jealous. I don't know why she's jealous.
To be honest, I'm not really at a loss. I'm just at a loss that we had to actually come, on this show.
Okay, because she says because you owe 5,000. We'll get to that.
Yes,
you want to talk about the reason you're suing for the 5K?
Sure. So the 4th of April, he had a eye doctor appointment at the mall. So we went to the eye doctor. He couldn't be seen. His insurance didn't go through for whatever reason. We decided to waste time and walk around the mall.
You and your wife-in-law, y'all still talking about him?
On and off, yeah.
Okay, on and off. Now y'all shopping together.
We weren't shopping together. Maybe now we will.
Yeah, good.
So we were shopping.
Big love.
She's a nice girl. She's a nice girl.
I'm talking about big love over here. Go ahead.
So we came across the jewelry store. The manager was in at the time, so he was thirsty for a sale. He was showing us everything, opening the cases. Rudy had came across a chain and a charm that he had liked. He doesn't have credit, doesn't have a bank account.
Does he have a job?
He just started working, I want to say end of March, beginning of April. We started dating in February.
And when was this, when you were about to tell me, I got some jewelry in your name?
April 4th, we got the jewelry.
And he was working?
Yes.
Okay. How long had he been working?
Just maybe 2 weeks, but he had a check. I mean, he had a check.
He was doing very well?
Yeah, he
seemed... Had savings?
I don't know. He didn't have a bank account, so...
Why do you let somebody put something in your name for $7,500?
I knew he...
Please don't talk over
me.
No, I know you don't want the people to hear this because it doesn't make sense. It's not reasonable for a reasonable and normal thinking person.
You're right.
He's only been working for 2 weeks. He has no credit. Was he living with you?
No.
Okay. He has no credit. No job but for 2 weeks. I asked you, did he have any money? I don't know. I just put him in my name. I just put $7,500 in my name. If there's a problem, I'll bring it to you. No, you won't. Let's get rid of this real quick. So what did you do when you knew he didn't have a job or credit or bank account? What you say you did again? You put how much of a chain in your name for him?
$7,250.
$7,250. No job. $7,000.
He did have a job.
Off the top. Second week of work. What else you want me to know?
I mean, he obviously had income coming in. We had been dating previously. He was showing me the money. He was good for it. His family lives in a mini mansion.
You say
I don't.
Right. And so when you're putting something in someone's name for literally $10,000, know where they're getting the money so you can project whether you're going to get that back, so that you can project whether you're going to bring this to me. All right? So let's get back to the agreement on the repayment.
Okay. So we discussed with the manager minimum payments. The manager said so it had to get divided into 2 loans. So one went on, it was a sister store.
How much was his obligation?
$300 a month, total of $7,250. The minimum was $300.
$300 a month. And what happened?
So he made somewhat of the first payment the beginning of May. He paid $50 on the one loan and $160 on the other one. So a little short, but still a payment. It was an argument just to get that payment. Then we ended up breaking up not even a week later, the day before Mother's Day. He had stole some stuff from my house. That was it for me.
What'd he steal from you?
Something that belonged to my son's father. Me and my son's father just broken up. He still had some items at my house. Rufus took it upon himself to steal from my home, trying to prove, I guess, I was still sleeping with my baby's father, which I was not.
Who cares? I don't want to hear about this three-ring circus y'all had of sleeping with each other. Who cares? Y'all talking on the phone together. Let's move right on to this. So what did you do when you knew he didn't have a job or credit or bank account? What you say you did again? You put how much of a chain in your name for him?
$7,250.
$7,250. No job. $7,000.
He did have a job.
Off the top. Second week of work. What else you want me to know?
Plaintiff Jessica Pasico is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims Jessica was jealous, possessive, and sneaky.
You tell me why you shouldn't pay. Sounds like you didn't pay the chain off.
I shouldn't have to pay because if the chain was given back, what am I paying?
Okay, when did you give it back?
And what I gave it back, I want to say right before my birthday. My birthday is May 13th.
And she agreed that she would accept it back?
It wasn't really an agreement. We met up, I gave her the chain, and that was it. Like, I mean, I didn't think...
No, it has to be an agreement on who's going to pay for the balance or what's going to happen in terms of her credit. Because if she doesn't pay for it, that $300 a month, what do you think will happen?
Yeah, it'll go on her credit report.
Right.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
you're talking about you ain't got nothing else to do with it. Are you a scrub?
No, sir.
That's how you sound. First, I thought you was a player, but you're not a player at all. If that's how you're talking and dealing with her, that's what is typically described as a scrub. I don't know whether you want or not, but that's typically how they're described. You're going to get a $7,200 necklace. Why? To go to the club and look big and look important, look like you fake like you got money, pose, isn't that what they call it now?
Not
all right. What?
I said not at all, Your Honor.
Why didn't you pay it off then?
Because when we met up and I gave her the chain, that was supposed to... That
Why didn't you keep the chain and pay it off?
Because she was sitting here, we were going through a disagreement.
So? What's that got to do with you paying?
Because what am I pay for it for if she wanted the chain
Because you have
back?
it.
No, but she wanted the chain back, Your Honor. That's
oh,
what I'm
you
saying.
asked for it back?
Your Honor, I never seen this man after I broke up with him the day before Mother's Day. I even have a text message from him, page 1, stating he had turned the chain in to get stuff done to it so it would be ready for his birthday. He was getting his Rolex fixed. I never seen that chain.
All right, so, so you don't have it?
I've
He
never seen
returned it.
that chain after we left from the jewelry store. He
Okay.
wore it for a week and then took it back to the jewelry store to get his Rolex fixed and some stuff done on the chain.
All right. You have any other discussions of the chain? Yes or no?
No. I mean, I have proof I've been paying the minimum payments.
Okay. Let me hear from you. You have any communications you can direct me to?
No, I have no communications.
All right. What do you want to say?
I just wanted to say that she has the chain, and there's no reason for me to sit here and come on national TV just to sit here and lie about a chain. 7250.
Give me the scenario where you returned it. Where were you all? What happened? What?
The scenario, we were at, I want to say in front of Fox Valley, right? Basically at the mall. I want to say, what is that? A McDonald's right there.
She returned it to you at the mall?
No, I returned it to her, and the only reason.
At the mall?
No, not at the mall, like in the parking lot. Like we met up, you know, like in the parking lot.
Why
at
did
the
you
mall.
all decide to meet up there?
Because she thought I wasn't gonna make the payments because we weren't together anymore.
What does that have to do with meeting up in the parking lot?
No, we met up in the parking lot because that's where I said, let's meet in a public space.
Why?
If we already going through an argument, I'm not trying to make a scene. I want to meet in a public space.
All right. And which mall was that?
Fox Valley.
All right. Fox Valley Mall. What store were you all in front of? Because you can't, this is a big parking lot. Where did you say which store to
I
meet
want to say
at?
it was by the round one section. So
Pardon
I don't know
me?
if that's by round one. It was like, it's like a.
No,
like
I said
arcade.
store.
Yeah, it said round one. So I think that's by Macy's, I want to say. The round
Okay.
one.
So you met over, and that's where you told her to meet?
Yes.
Okay. You have any evidence that you gave it back to her?
No.
Okay. Because you have an obligation to pay for it. And since you haven't, and you have no evidence that you gave it to her, I don't see why you wouldn't pay. $2,300, your counterclaim is for what?
The counterclaim is for in March when she actually bet my sister. If you look, Your Honor, on page 1, my sister actually wrote a statement. I actually loaned her $1,800 for her rent.
You have any evidence of that other than your sister, who will say anything for you, no doubt? You have any other evidence of a loan?
No.
All right, all right.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
I actually have the Cash App that he sent me.
Ma'am, this man can't loan anybody nothing.
you know-
Let's leave that alone. I'm
You're
just
right.
playing with him on
You're
that.
right.
Let him
You're
say
right.
what he wanted to
You're
say.
right.
He doesn't have a dime. He's a bad player. I thought he was a real player. He's a bad
Well,
player.
Your Honor-
He playing the game
You're right.
backwards all the
Can I
way.
say something,
That's why
Your
I'm granting you your judgment for $5,000. You
Thank
can't return anything once you brought it. That's not a return policy to her. That was bought from the jewelry store. She took it back to them, see if they would take it. They just said, nope, keep paying. I don't care how broke you are. They just said, quit jumping around with women and you'll have some money. But you're giving all your money up to women, going up to them, buying gifts 2 at a time for different women, jumping around, and you want to know why you are broke. Because you're playing the game backwards. Judgment for the plaintiff. Your claim is dismissed, player.
Thank you. Thank you. Blessings, and I hope you have a good life. Hey, I don't have nothing bad to say. There's no reason for
I
me
didn't
to
do
say
anything wrong.
And neither did
Hello.
I. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.